You're right.
So that was extremely disappointing. Let's get into the matchups.
Yeah, dude.
We'll stick with we're in the East, so we'll stick with the East. Yeah. Now, this is where you have to be good, man. You have to not think as a fan.
That's why it's tough, dude. Because I do, as a team, I like the Heat. I rooted for the Heat the whole playoffs. So it's like but.
Do you think it goes 7 games?
Yeah.
You 100% think it goes 7 games?
It's going at least 6, but the thing is, dude, it's going to be tough to close the
Heat
Heat out at home.
There's no way they're going to win 4-1 against the Heat.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying it could go 6. The only thing that's tough is it's going to be 3-2. Celtics going to Miami.
6,
The Celtics are about 3-2 in Miami, and they got to close it out in Miami. That's what if they can't close it out, then it's back to Boston. So it's like they got the home court advantage, but the Heat have the momentum. So it's going to be tough.
There's no way
it's going to come down to a last shot.
There's no
Tatum
way
versus Butler, dude.
There's no way it's 3-2 going back to Miami with the Miami up 3-2.
Nah. No.
If Miami wins this series, they win 4-2.
You think? You don't think they can win in 7?
For them
you don't
to
think
win.
Butler can have a game in 7?
He could, man, but that fan base gets going, dude. And it gets it gets the players going.
So does Miami, dude. And you know. But
yeah.
Then again, the Celtics kind of came through in Philly a few times this series, and that's a crazy fan base.
We had home court last year.
Yeah, you're right. You guys had the 1 seed last year.
We were up 3-2, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then you tied it 3-3, and then you won Game 7, right?
Yeah, and that happened both series last year, Heat and Bucks for the Celtics. So that's what I'm saying. The Celtics are kind of good playing from behind like they did with the Sixers.
And we had the ball with plenty of time left, down 2.
Yeah. And
I still, to this day, I like that he took the shot, but I thought we were playing so well. We came back. Let's go to OT. It was like a 3-on-1. And I remember Horford was on Butler, and he stutter steps back. So Butler had a wide open too, but I knew he was tired.
Yeah.
And he just shorted it. But if that went in, it's literally one of the most historic shots of all time.
Yeah.
What a difference it would have made. And then we would have got I do believe we would have lost to the Warriors.
You think? Well, yeah. But
they were on a mission to like, hey, don't forget about us. That was a weird 3 years that we didn't win.
Yeah.
But let us get our one more. And and I don't think you count them out necessarily.
Well, that's the thing.
The Warriors going forward, I think there'll still be they'll do something. But this series, as a Heat fan, I think they should be able to go 7 games because of Spo.
Yeah, you're right.
Because of Spo, and I think that Butler is the player who will be like, all right, if I have to stop Tatum for a game, I will, and he'll cover Tatum. And then you just gotta. I don't know who covers Brown though.
But that's the thing. Brown will probably be guarding Butler.
Okay, but then who covers Tatum? What I mean? We have one guy that I know could shut down someone, but I don't know if we have 2 guys.
That's why it's gonna be tough. But you got it. That's the thing. Because
Horford on Bam.
But that's what I'm saying.
If he could do it against Embiid, he could do it against Bam.
Yeah. I'm nervous about these close games though, because it's like you're right about if Butler hits that shot, Heat win in overtime. Celtics passed this last year were 4-7 in overtime. They don't win in overtime. Like against the Sixers last game, they were deflated in overtime.
Yeah.
Like Celtics don't. So those close games comes down to it, dude. That's why I'm nervous about the Heat, because you got Butler, but then you get Strus in the corner. You toss it to Strus, he'll hit a game-winning 3. The Celtics.
Who wins Game 1?
Celtics win Game 1. If the Celtics lose Game 1, it's bad. Like that's.
It doesn't matter. It's just splitting it. It's Game 5 that matters. It's splitting both.
The Celtics lost Game 5 though against the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
And the Heat lost Game 5 too against the Knicks.
Well, we were up.
We were already up 3-1.
We were up 3-1. So yeah, we have to win. We have to. You put me 2-2 with 3 games left.
2-2.
I like that. I'll take that. Let's just fast forward to that. You get me 2-2. I want to see Butler. Butler's going to have another 50-point game if we have a chance at winning this series.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, because he didn't do that at all against the Knicks. But I feel like because he didn't have to, because he was playing Giannis, so he had to put up that 2 40-point games and a 50-point game against Giannis and them, because it's Giannis and that team was a championship caliber team. Yeah. With the Knicks, I felt like he was like, all right, I think Butler's a little bit like a LeBron, where he's like, all right, let me figure out what I have to do this series.
Like load managing games.
Load
almost.
managing it, like getting other players.
Yeah.
Although he was like, and then sometimes he's off. He was trying to take over that last Knicks game, and he kind of was missing some shots.
He was bricking a little bit. But the thing about this series is both teams. I don't like the Sixers were kind of embarrassing. Some of the games that they lost, Sixers weren't great. Knicks aren't a great team. So it's like I think both of these teams are going to be a little shocked coming in. Like I think the Heat and Celtics are both so much better than the Knicks and the Sixers. You know what I'm saying?
They know each other so well.
And they know each other well. That's the thing too.
It's basically the same teams. There's no different.
Yeah.
It's really like it's the same exact starters on both ends. For the Hero's coming off the bench.
And you got Brogdon, yeah.
You got Brogdon, which is the and we
man.
don't have Hero unless he magically can come back for Game 7.
You think he comes back Game 7?
I mean, that's 2 weeks away, but probably not. But like, why not? It's not like an injury where if you rush him back, it could ruin his career. We're not talking about legs here.
Yeah,
it's
right.
2 broken fingers. It's like, hey, if you think you could shoot the ball better than Duncan, then go out there.
It's his right hand.
Yeah, but it's his index and middle finger, which is like,
Yeah.
aren't you really shooting with your palm?
No, you're shooting with your fingers. If you're a good shooter,
Yeah.
you're shooting with your fingers.
But you tape them together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I would assume by Game 5, they see if he can take shots.
Yeah.
But I don't think listen, is he going to come in and score 30 and he's the reason we win? Probably not. So I say you count him out, but he's there for the finals because he's going to be like, well, who cares? Let's try.
Yeah. Do you think
it's 4 to 6 weeks. It's been 4 weeks right now.
Do you think the West or East? Like who do you like?
I think whoever wins the West wins the finals.
You think?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, first of all, like you said, this is the funnest Lakers team we've ever seen. Or the funnest LeBron team.
Most likable. Yeah.
Likable. Yes.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, obviously, the Heat teams were amazing. It was almost like they were just throwing the ball across the court.
Yeah.
And it was just so fast. It was like, I honestly think that team could have beat all the Warriors teams, too.
Speaking of throwing the ball across the court, dude, that's the Heat. You got Kevin Love to Butler.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Like, that's half, like, that's.
We have 2 guys that have won championships, and they know what it takes to win. And then you have Butler, who's been in the finals, but so has Tatum. And then you have Bam. So there is a lot of experience. There's more experience on our team, actually. With Lowry and Love.
Lowry and Love, just because they won, yeah.
Well, Love's been to 4 finals. He's won 1.
You're right. And
Lowry's been to 1 and won 1.
Yeah.
And then Butler's been to 1.
But it's just every single player on the Celtics besides Brogdon was in the finals last year. So
yeah, but every single player on the Heat has been to the finals 3 years ago.
Gabe Vincent, too, was there?
I don't know if he was I don't know if Strus and Vincent were on that bubble team.
They were not. You're right. Strus was
because we had Crowder, we had Duncan.
Duncan played more.
We had Josh Johnson, was like that power forward.
Yeah.
And then we had a different center. I forgot what center we had.
Honestly, dude, with the guys you just named, I like this Heat team better than the bubble Heat team. But that was a shocker, though. Were you shocked when the Heat beat the Celtics in the bubble? That should not have happened, right? Like that was.
No, I saw that. It was a team of destiny.
For real?
I was like, I forgot. Well, we were a high-ranked team. We weren't like, this is the 8th seed team that came in.
Yeah.
Who was the 1 seed? Milwaukee?
I think so, yeah.
It was Butler's first year.
With the Heat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milwaukee was the 1 seed. Miami was the 5 seed. Boston was the 3 seed.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Who was the 4 seed?
Indiana. They got swept by Miami in first round.
They had what's his name was playing great that year. He was and he's like a no-show now. Where is he? Did he go to Phoenix or something? He was like their leading scorer. He had a couple 35, 40-point games.
TJ Warren. He had a crazy bubble. Yeah, that was insane.
He had a crazy bubble.
You're right.
Who was the 2 seed?
The 2 seed was
Atlanta. No.
Who's the 2 seed? Oh, Toronto.
Oh yeah,
they had a great year.
Yeah, they still had their team
Siakam,
besides.
yeah.
Yeah.
They swept,
And then they got
swept
beat
Brooklyn.
by who?
Boston beat them in 7 in the second round.
Oh, yeah, we were. Okay, got you.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like the Celtics are used to these game 7s, dude. Like last year, it was they had 2 game 7s. They've already had 1 game 7 and 1 game 6.
I mean, the fact that they're major underdogs is a little disrespectful
The
towards
Heat?
Butler. Yeah.
Did Butler respond to your DM?
No. That would be funny. I DM'd Butler. I go, fuck this. This is your time. Whatever.
Wow, dude. Miami won in 6. I thought it was 7. Jesus.
We got
then
two.
you lost in
We got
6.
2 Florida teams too in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's insane. That year too. Wow, dude. I forgot. You guys beat Milwaukee in 5, same as this year.
In that year,
Yeah, in the semis. So you swept Indiana.
that team was good.
And that, wow.
Hero was playing great.
Yeah, you're right. That was kind of team of destiny, huh? And
Yeah.
the Lakers.
And then we lost in 6.
Lakers
4-2.
ran through that playoffs.
4-2.
And that's a similar Lakers team in the sense of LeBron and AD.
It was LeBron and AD and what's his name who was on
Who did they have?
on Denver. Who's on Denver, which I think is a
Oh,
big
KCP?
piece.
You like him a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just seeing like he's a big part of why they're doing well. Like he comes in late and hits some big shots. He plays great defense. Porter plays great too.
It's the energy.
Dude, Denver's scary. Let's just get into that. Could Denver win? Yes.
Yeah.
I think both of these series go 7 games. And I just think that
Wow.
Denver, if they get there, man,
Because they're just such a complete team, huh?
they're a guy who is like on and off. So both of those teams have a guy who's on and off, and that's Murray and AD.
Yeah.
Both teams. They have a guy who can just go off, and then sometimes he doesn't show. But so all of these teams really have that guy. The only 2 players that are consistent are Butler and
You can't say anybody else besides
Jokic.
Brown. Brown's consistent. On the
Brown. Fine.
Yeah.
Brown, Butler, and
Jokic.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have
You're right. Yeah.
bombs. But right now, AD does. LeBron has some bad games, but then other guys are picking up the slack.
Gordon.
Austin Reeves has been almost consistent.
Aaron Gordon's kind of consistent for them. Aaron Gordon.
Portland's Porter's played way better. Like in the bubble, that Denver team was good.
Yeah.
But Porter was the reason they didn't beat the Lakers. He kind of fell off big time. And he had that. He was like, I want the ball more. There was something like that.
Yeah.
They also didn't have Aaron Gordon.
You're right.
But I don't think their bench goes as deep as the Lakers.
You're right. But they got tough guys like Bruce Brown. He stepped up big against the Suns. You watched that game 6?
Yeah.
He went for 20 the last 2 games.
The Lakers have Walker.
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite player in the league.
Here, it's kind of come
Jeff
down
Green.
to
They got-
AD versus.
Yeah, but the Denver bench it's kind of sneaky because they do have DeAndre Jordan and they got Jeff Green, who's tough off the bench.
They have DeAndre, but has he even played a minute?
He's played some minutes in the playoffs. Yeah.
He's just rebounding.
Yeah. And then they got Reggie Jackson, a little spark, and then they got that guy, that white kid, Christian Brown, who's like 20 years old. He comes in. He came in and played tough on KD, dude.
Do you think Denver wins?
It
just seems like it's
Yeah.
destined for LeBron
Yeah.
to get his 5th.
You think LeBron wins?
It's just it's like we LeBron fans, and I'm one of them. We want him to get his 5. Okay,
yeah.
does he get 6? That's probably unlikely. But like if he gets 5, it's like Kobe had 5.
Yeah.
Magic had 5. Magic really had 4. 2 were with Kareem. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's one of those things.
It just like solidifies the GOAT thing for me if he gets 5.
And this is the year to do it, dude. You got KD and Steph are already out of the playoffs. All you have to do is get through.
Well, the
Denver?
fact that he went through Curry too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's just like
that's not going to happen again. You know.
No, I mean the only way it happens if again they run it back with his team. I assume they'll lose a lot of these players, but like again, we don't know what's going to happen in the offseason. So many players move around.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if he doesn't get it this year, it just seems like
I think
AD's always going to be what AD is. Just like this guy who's like he's not going to AD will never win later on in his career unless he's with another superstar. He's not going to be an MVP talent. Like he just doesn't seem like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not going to be in the top 5 MVP voting anymore. He missed his window.